Coming up on Keystone Stories, Portraying History. Support for Keystone Stories comes from Tom and Sarah Songer of the Toron Group in State College, a proud supporter of programming on WPSU. More information at torongroup.com. Center County Historical Society, with support from Happy Valley Adventure Bureau. And viewers like you. Thank you. Welcome to Keystone Stories. As our country marks its 250th anniversary, historical societies, like the one right here in Center County, are becoming favorite destinations. But did you know there's a community of storytellers who bring history to life beyond the walls of traditional museums? These living historians believe that experiencing history firsthand is the best way to keep it alive. As America celebrates 250 years, storytellers leave behind the modern world to teach us about our collective past.
Hi, I'm Sam McKinney, and my spirits are strong.
Hi, I'm Nancy Wilson, and I spin yarns.
Hi, I'm Wali Jamal, and I bring history to life.
Hi, my name is Kate Cunning, and I'm a living historian.
They're called interpreters, docents, or living historians, and you'll see them keeping history alive for the public in a very personal way.
When we immerse people in what history really was like back then they get a better understanding and a better appreciation for it.
And I like showing people their connection to the history because that's where the interest lies.
These living historians reenact domestic life in the 1790s and early 1800s at historic sites connected to the Whiskey Rebellion, a violent uprising in western Pennsylvania against a federal tax on whiskey that George Washington finally had to put down by force. The tax collector chased off the Miller farm was Inspector of Revenue General John Neville, a wealthy man whose stately home is now the Woodville Experience Museum in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania.
It's not just a house museum or a museum, it's a living history farm. And so when you step on site, we want you to be transported back in time and see what it was like to live in the 1790s to the 1810 time period.
Like George Washington, John Neville was a slaveholder, owning the largest number of enslaved people west of the Alleghenies.
It's these folks that previously had been lost to history that we are now trying to put names, birth dates, occupations, and basically how they lived to our story here at the site.
Helping Woodville tell those untold stories is actor and educator Wali Jamal.
He is a dedicated historian to the history of this particular enslaved population here at Woodville.
I know, and I'm very interested in African Americans' involvement in American history.
Wali will tell you that the enslaved people here enjoyed a high level of trust. So much so that when tensions rose during the Whiskey Rebellion, Neville trained his staff to use firearms.
In fact, in the Whiskey Rebellion reenactment, I was Henry Holt, and it was purported that he had fired the first shot in defense of the Neville home in 1794. I like to make people feel like we're all finding this out at the same time, that I'm not dictating it to you, that, you know, like, you're not going to believe this. But in 1794, right here, you know, and their ears perk up, their eyes open.
This passion for history led Wali to find important stories to tell.
I found out about Martin Delaney, and I'm like, What? He did what? And he's from where? From here? He went to Harvard. He was a major in the Civil War. He was Pittsburgh's first black doctor. He had the first black-run newspaper in west of the Alleghenies. I'm like, that's my next project.
Wali wrote a one-man play and transformed himself into Major Martin Delaney, taking the story of this early civil rights leader onto the stage and directly into the schools.
When you research one thing, you find 1,000 others, if you want to know.